What's up everyone, Brian Phobos here. Today we're going to talk about the Bitconnect exit scam. First I'm going to read a quote for you. When the tide goes out, we'll see who's swimming naked. That's a famous quote from Warren Buffett, and usually when there's a pullback in the market, that's when the Ponzi schemes collapse. That's what happened in the real estate bubble of 2008. The $65 billion Ponzi scheme by Bernie Madoff collapsed at that time. But basically, that's when it can't sustain itself any longer, and then it collapses. So that's what we had today. Today, we're going to talk about 4 of the biggest scammers in the cryptocurrency space. The Ponzi scheme dream team. Craig Grant, Trevon James, Crypto Nick, and Ryan Hildreth. So if we see the Bitconnect coin is in absolute free fall, coming down like a guillotine, and basically the lending platform, the false lending platform of Bitconnect said they're no longer doing loans. And so they said, here's your refund, here's your Bitconnect coins. Well, as soon as people got them, they start selling them. It's going to zero. Try to get rid of them as soon as possible. If for some reason you had them, maybe you're newer to cryptocurrency, or maybe you made a small, just kind of speculative thing that you threw some money into Bitconnect saying, well, I just try to put in $100, $1,000 loan or something like that, knowing that, well, this might be a Ponzi scheme or something like that. Or maybe initially when you got involved in it, you might have got duped by the Ponzi scheme dream team. So let's look into it a little further. Now, the biggest problem with the Ponzi scheme dream team was that they knew that it was a scam the entire time. They knew it was a Ponzi scheme. And this video actually goes back to July 14th, Trevon James, Craig Grant exposed. There was communication that went back and forth between them, and basically they were admitting, Craig Grant was admitting that, yeah, the bot is just a story for everybody to believe, kind of thing. There's been other clues all along that, it's like, okay, yeah, these guys are not that naive. They understand that it is a Ponzi scheme, but they continue to sort of put on this guise and pretend like it was legit. Now, I put Bitconnect people in 3 different categories. There's the people who maybe threw a little bit of money at it to sort of try it out, or knew that, well, it's probably a Ponzi scheme, but these guys are making quite a bit of money. This might go on for a while. And so they just kind of like threw some gambling money at it, so to speak. Then you have the YouTubers who sort of come out and act like, yeah, okay, these high yield investment programs are scams, and that, you want to get your money in, but get your money out, get the original investment out, and then just try to ride on the icing. And a lot of times they would pitch a bunch of them, Bitconnect, Laser Online, Chain Group, and that, and they would sort of openly admit that, hey, it looks like it's a Ponzi scheme, kind of thing. So I put those people in a total different classification. It's kind of like they're at least warning people that, hey, you could end up losing your money. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose, kind of thing. Now, let's go on to Trayvon here. Now, with all the drama and stuff with the hack, it ended up that I filmed the video the night of the supposed hack, and there was the cashing out video that, popped up. It was like an orchestrated thing between Craig and Trayvon to kind of create drama. They were successful in doing that. I happened to end up posting some stuff on that. Got quite a few views and all that kind of stuff, basically about the Trayvon hack and all that kind of stuff. Got a lot of hate from a lot of the sheeple that were Trayvon and Craig Grant supporters. They're calling me a racist, all this other kind of stuff. Mainly because I didn't call out Crypto Nick as much, but my only kind of thing that I was being light on him was the fact that he was 17 years old, kid's balls had barely dropped, and you're kind of thinking, man, does he know what he's getting into? He's promoting this Ponzi scheme, maybe he doesn't understand it, so I kind of gave a little bit of leeway as far as that. But can you imagine the conversation at Crypto Nick's house? He's probably like, Mom, we're out of toothpaste. And then he's got like $1 million worth of freaking cryptocurrencies. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like super weird. I just wonder if his parents know that he's promoting a Ponzi scheme, or was, because it's gone now. So Here's one of the most dangerous things about this whole situation, though, is you got all this misinformation from these morons. So here's Craig. He puts up a video today, Bitconnect Community Love, and he's actually telling people to hold these Bitconnect coins, which have no purpose and were just basically a shell game initially, and just a way that Bitconnect could manipulate this thing and sort of do a little smoke and mirror trick. So let's hear what Craig has to say.
So hold on. The idea that I'm hearing is that these tokens, Bitconnect just distributed 7 million tokens to people all over the world who are now holding these tokens. It's a decentralized token. Use cases, it's going to be up to them to be creative and come up with use cases, new things to do. I'm confident that they have, the people, or they have the team, or they have the knowledge, or whatever it is that they do. They are capable, that's what I should say. They're fully capable of coming up with something really creative to do for the BCC token. Hold on. That's what I'm doing. Hold on and see what comes out.
I mean, he's saying he's holding all this stuff. I mean, what the actual fuck? Dude, you know it's a scam. That's why you guys got back on Steam a week ago, because you saw the writing on the wall. This thing was collapsing. You had to get back to a real platform and attempt to reestablish some sort of kind of income stream. But I just think it's extremely harmful. He's pretending like that the Bitconnect developers, or that some sort of development is going to happen there, and that something's going to happen with that coin. That's absolute hogwash. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So throughout history, I mean, this is August 6, 2017, Trayvon, and this is actually one of the things that really pissed me off. He would put up videos trying to claim and trying to tell people the difference between a Ponzi scheme and Bitconnect, as if Bitconnect wasn't. And on this particular one, he was, talking about control finance. So you could see like this right here. Let's talk about Ponzi schemes, control finance. And that ends up being this. So let's hear what he has to say.
We're going to discuss what is a Ponzi scheme and what isn't a Ponzi scheme. And I'm going to answer questions that I get every day, and they're really freaking annoying.
So obviously we're continuing to question him all the time about Bitconnect being a Ponzi scheme. And then he continues to sort of deceive people that, oh no, it's different because there's this Bitconnect coin. I mean, that doesn't matter. If I run a Ponzi scheme and I convert US dollars to Canadian dollars, that doesn't make it not a Ponzi scheme. So just because there was this other little coin that they could manipulate, that doesn't like, obviously like take it out from being a Ponzi scheme. But anyway, he knows that it was a Ponzi scheme the whole time. And then he kept promoting it and keep trying to reassure people. Now, let's look at this. Let's go on to Crypto Nick. And this is a video that Doug Polk put out. And he found this clip of Crypto Nick selling a $500 Bitcoin mastery thing with Ryan Hildreth. And basically, he found this clip.
I'm not really exactly too sure what a public key is. What?
So, I mean, the thing is none of these guys of the Ponzi Scheme Dream Team know anything about cryptocurrencies. They just don't technically understand what these things are. They misspeak all the time. And yeah, okay, you're going to misspeak sometimes. You're not going to be 100% correct on everything. And if you're new to cryptocurrencies are very hard to understand. And I've been studying them for 5 years, and I learn stuff all the time. So it's not, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to act like everything's easy, but also I'm not selling a $500 course. And as a person who doesn't know what a public key and a private key is. It's just actually mind-boggling. And then what are they going to do in the Bitcoin Mastery program? Just teach you how to do a Bitconnect loan? Or, I mean, what was the program if they don't know kind of basic stuff or stuff that you should know if you're a quote-unquote expert. So that's kind of people we're dealing with. So here's a video that Crypto Nick put up today, the end of Bitconnect. Of course, he disabled the likes and dislikes, and then he disabled the comments. People are probably got their torches and their pitchforks out. They're probably pounding on his door right now because he duped them into getting involved in this and act like it was legit when he knew 100% it wasn't legit. And with a lot of the blowback that was happening over the last month and a half, and all that kind of stuff, he should have really kind of wisened up and said, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be involved in this. Maybe I should take a step back. Now, Ryan Hildreth, I really didn't know that much about Ryan Hildreth, but I confirmed 100% scammer like the rest of these. They're all scammers. I don't care if Crypto Nick is 17. There's been enough blowback. He's disabling these comments for a reason. You know, he knows that it's a Ponzi scheme, so I don't know. Maybe he ends up in Juvy. You know, he's only 17, can't go to prison, ends up in Juvy. So Ryan Hildreth, you know, another guy that just pretends like he's an expert at cryptocurrencies when he doesn't know shit. And then secondly, acting like that Bitconnect is the legit platform. And it's something that would be a good investment for people. I mean, it's really damaging, you know, that he's being that deceiving. So they did basically a conference today. Let's talk, you know, and basically let's talk about what happened. And let's hear what that to say.
Because I sympathize with Nick. I sympathize with all of you guys that are invested, that are in the community, that believed in the platform. I mean, you know, we all enjoyed it. Like, they were paying us very well, great returns. It was consistent. But, I mean, moving forward, we have to figure out a way to, you know, get over this. I mean, this is the first time I've ever lost 6 figures in a day, okay? Nick, you lost well over 6 figures, right?
Yeah, so I had $164,000 in loans on that account, and now obviously the tokens are worth less. This is the thing. So people are...
So they're acting like they lost this money and everything, but really in the beginning, they didn't really invest anything. And then basically they were able to get the referral bonuses and act like the whole thing was legit. And so they ended up with this enormous amount of referral bonuses. So to me, it's kind of like, well, if you robbed a bank and one of the bags of money flew out the window, could you say, oh, I lost this money today? It's like, well, yeah, I guess you technically did, but it, you know, kind of wasn't your money to begin with in a way. So if you guys were invested in Bitconnect, I mean, you should be really upset with these guys because I'm telling you 100%, they knew that this thing was a Ponzi scheme. They knew it was a ticking time bomb, and they continued to sort of pull new people in. And if you were like brand new to crypto and you'd only been in, let's say if I was 18 years old and I was brand new to crypto, and then for some reason I end up tripping across this, and then I'm like, yeah, I want to get involved in this. I want to learn about it. I could see how somebody could be like, well, maybe they're saying it's a good investment, and these guys are saying they have all this money, and they're young, and it seems like they're successful. You know, I'm going to follow behind this. You know, you could let your guard down, so to speak. So if that happened to you guys, I would be certainly super pissed at these guys for sure. Let's go over to Trayvon. These guys, like I said, are back on the Steam blockchain, and they were gone for months. Look, 4 months ago, and then suddenly 15 days ago, he just posted this one-liner, wow, Steam, almost $6, blah, blah, blah. You know, so then he decided like 6 days ago he was going to just power up an insane amount of the Ponzi money. So, you know, suddenly he was back. The Ponzi scheme dream team was back on Steam. Crypto Nick hadn't posted again, it doesn't look like, but Trayvon and Craig are back, and Juliana are back. And, you know, now he's posting pictures of Jesus and everything. We should forgive him. You know, I can see Trayvon running one of those mega churches in a couple years. You know, he'll be reformed. He'll be a reformed scammer, and he'll be talking in tongues. He'll have the snakes up there, and people will probably give him money. His followers will give him money or whatever. So let's take a look here at his wallet. And with all that Ponzi money, now he powered up so much Steam, His account's worth $686,000. He's got more power than me and you and everybody we know combined. So that's what we're dealing with. You know, he's able to take out of the reward pool. He's bitty rich. So, you know, and they don't talk, he didn't talk about BitConnect. He's talking about Steam, you know, kind of lifestyle blog, you know, he's going home, you know, he's got a son up here, that kind of stuff, staying away from talking about BitConnect. We go over to Craig Grant. Now, if you look at Craig, he hadn't posted in months. Basically, okay, so back here, you know, 2 months ago, he was getting flagged. He wasn't getting any payouts because whales were overpowering him with all this BitConnect stuff. BitConnect, you know, all this BitConnect stuff. People that weren't having it. Then he left, and then like 9 days ago, he comes back, starts doing like sunsets, you know, talking about DTube, Steam. So people weren't really flagging him that much. Then as we go forward, looks like he did get it flagged here a bunch, but he had enough to kind of like get a tiny payout. And then, you know, going forward, then he's getting flagged again, you know, just even though he's talking about Steam and everything, even though Trayvon has a lot of power, but there's a whale overpowering Trayvon and all these other votes. So very interesting what's going on there. And then he says, no, I want to talk about BitConnect. And so anyway, like people were kind of at him. Please, Craig, your followers wonder what is happening. Was BitConnect a scam even though you assured them it was not? Why trust anything you say after this? Your words only purposes only benefit yourself. You know, so anyway, let's give that an upvote. Give it 100%. Keep it up there. So, yeah. It's going to get interesting here in the next couple days, guys. And really when it boils down to it, so we're self-regulated in cryptocurrencies. That's why I'm making this video. My main thing is to shout out that you don't want to get involved with the Ponzi scheme dream team. Whatever they're pitching, you know, you got to be weary. They're career scammers. You know, young little crypto Nick, he's starting out a life of crime, kind of, probably going to Juvy. So will these guys end up in Juvy and in like Club Fed? It's really hard to say. I think there's going to be some fallout from this whole thing, but it is possible for people to get in major criminal like problems if they're promoting a Ponzi scheme, even if they didn't create it. That's happened several times. There were some episodes of American Greed where that had happened. People are going around promoting it when it was just a clear out and out scam. So, and I don't know 100%, to be honest with you. I guess the punishment that I'd like to see these guys get is more kind of from a community of people calling these guys out, not doing business with them, and basically they just lose their subscribership and their reputation, and everybody's super pissed at them because they knew 100% it was a scam, and they kept duping people, kept running the ads, and you know, just kept getting people in. Now, I actually have some really, really damaging evidence against Craig, something that actually happened in 2016. It is nothing that's been said online, and it's nothing that I've ever posted in any kind of video. And I've got a couple friends that are like, dude, just post it, man. Just finish him off. Just finish the scammer off. And, you know, be like a Mortal Kombat finishing move. It would just be insane. And it would probably land him in Club Fed for probably 2 or 3 years at least. And I've just thought a lot about it. And it's just like, man, you know what? Even if a person deserves it, let's say you punched him in the face, you know what? You might just start an all-out war. So I just really kind of thought about it, and it's just something I'm not really going to release because, you know, just think about it, man. He'll go into prison. He'll make a bunch of friends there. He'll pump iron. He'll come out just jacked, ripped, you know, and then I'll just get hunted down out here out here in Arizona. So information is damaging. I'm not really gonna put it forward. At this time, I'm not really looking to put it forward. And again, we are self-regulated. It's not something that I'm going to run to some kind of government authority and really kind of report this, because in the end, we just need to kind of self-regulate ourselves and kind of hold down the fort, so to speak, and just kind of realize who has good information and who is just kind of spewing a load of bullshit. So again, Ponzi Scheme Dream Team, Craig Grant, Trevon James, Crypto Nick, Ryan Hildreth, 100% scammers. If I was you, I wouldn't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about as far as crypto. They're only in it for their own benefit. It's not really someone you want to align yourself with, but do what you want. You've seen the evidence. You've seen everything we've talked about. A lot of us called out that Bitconnect was a scam, that it was a Ponzi. It has collapsed now. Please don't invest in the Bitconnect X ICO. That's just another money grab. You're just going to lose your money. That's just my advice, but you can do what you want. It's your money. But anyway, guys, that's the video for tonight. And please subscribe, like the video, and follow me on all social media at Brian Phobos, Steemit, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. See you guys later.